Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the QRLS. And today we have got a matchup in the Savage Division. It's the Bleacher Boys versus the Vibe Clan. Bleacher Boys have been up and down all season, but if they gotta make a playoff appearance now, if they're gonna surge ahead, they need to start now in a good attempt here will be against the Vibe Clan, who's at the bottom of the Savage Division, but has made it almost impossible to get a clean series sweep on them. They have been taking some matches off some very good teams, and there's a chance here the Vibe Clan could even come out with the win. But I am here with the big man. Big man, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, my friend. Thank you for asking. I'm really intrigued with this matchup. Knowing the Vibe Clan and their play style, I mean, they're heavy on the defense when it comes to it, and very heavy on the offense when they push back. But with the Bleacher Boys, I mean, they have Kiptero on their side, and if you've seen Kiptero play, you cannot let him get control of the ball. He is a menace with it, and he's probably one of the best players I've witnessed as my time in the QRLS. All that aside, though, how are you doing, Drek? How are you feeling about this matchup?
I'm doing fantastic. Kip Terrell, as you know, heavy on the defense. Kip Terrell, one of the hardest players to score past. Over the beginning of the weeks, I didn't know he was had the most amount of saves, and I think he has continued that. He's rocking with 2.6 saves per game and 12 total saviors. Nobody else in the QRLS is even in the double digits when it comes to saviors. Kip Taro is the core of the defense for the Bleacher Boys, but it kind of starts and ends with Kip Taro. Artemis has been a bit of a journeyman. It was really good on the Rangers, I felt like, but kind of didn't have a good fit on the Cyclones, and then is now on the Bleacher Boys. He has his moments, he has his bright spots, but feels like his home was truly all in that Rangers squad. And then the others, it was really been just Doc and Masamune. Masamune originally on the Speed Demons was dropped by the Speed Demons in favor of some of their higher rated players now, Toms and Zyrek, picked up by Bleacher Boys because Kip Taro, one of the problems with the Bleacher Boys is just Kip Taro's player rating sitting at 285, one of the highest in the QRLS, highest active. So definitely tricky to plan around, especially when you are the captain.
Definitely, I do have to agree with that, but I mean, as I always say, especially if it comes down to these two teams, obviously you've got one of the best defenders on the Bleachers Boys side, but on the opposing side for the Vibe Clan, they know how to keep up the offense and find a way to get around. I mean, I've witnessed them do it before, and it's a miracle to see. Um, what I will say though, from each team, there is obviously one player I'm going to be looking out for. From the Vibe Clan side, I'll be looking definitely at Charge Total. I don't think I've seen much of him in the QRLS, but from the Bleacher Boys side, probably looking at Kiptero to see if anything changes. And what about you, Drek? Who are you going to be looking for?
I think on the Bleacher Boys, it's hard to look past Kip Taro, but Artemis is going to be my player of choice here. He is kind of someone who is capable of popping off and taking control of games, even at his relatively low player rating. And on the side of the Vibe Clan, Bubs has been a player I've really liked to watch and has kind of always had some flashes. See if he can kind of manifest something here. Bubs on the Vibe Clan is their 270, is their carry. So, in terms of the team balance and the team comps, it's really you've got Kip Taro and Bubs, but the supporting cast is there on both sides. Artemis is who I highlight on the Bleacher Boys for the Vibe Clan, who I would point out as a key supporting figure. It's going to be Charred Totem. He just has an ability to kind of set up plays and kind of stick with stuff that kind of emulate the Vibe Clan. And also something to note that I just spotted on the roster, Vibe Clan was the team that did originally draft Artemis. Now he's moved around a little bit, and Artemis really found his home on the Rangers before the season started. But maybe a chance for Artemis to prove the Vibe Clan wrong.
Probably. I do have to say, I mean, Artemis being on the Bleacher Boys, I mean, Artemis is a challenge in itself. I mean, I've played with Artemis before. I know a little bit about his play style and how he likes to play. So if he's having a good day today and he feels like he knows what he's doing and knows how to do it when it comes to doing it, the Vibe Clan might not be so lucky, but even if Artemis is a little bit off, the Vibe Clan could play against that and find a way to get it around the Bleacher Boys. Maybe, well, hopefully stopping a full sweep from happening. Um, but we have some of the players loaded in already. From the Vibe Clan side, we have Bob's, Shrilled, and Chard. Three good players. Definitely putting them on a team. Smart decision. Chard played with him a few times before. He's a good player. Shrilled, I mean, we've seen a lot of Shrilled over here. And I don't think I've seen a lot of Bobs. I might have, I'm not too sure. Um, Before I hand it back over to you, Drake, I just want to give a big shout out to Artemis for subscribing with Prime again, 12 months on a 6-month streak. We really appreciate that over at the QRLS.
Yeah, and Artemis helping out the QRLS, donating his prime right before his match. Hopefully, good vibes head his way, and his teams managed to pull out the win. But I think Bubs and Shrill Devotee, also to note, are both rookies in the QRLS, new to season 11. So definitely interesting lineup here. No Toaster, at least for now. The captain will sit out. He has, I feel like Toaster hasn't played a lot of matches. If I have the stat pulled up, I don't believe he has 20. That's the wrong stat. He only has, that's still the wrong stat, 14 games. So about 5 weeks of playing. As the captain, there are some captains that do like to sit back and let their team kind of play. But, Toaster appearing in the majority of the matches for the Vibe Clan will sit out this first match. And as we have the Bleacher Boys joining in now, Kip Taro, Artemis, and Masamune, pretty expected lineup. Kip Taro and Artemis always are playing, and Masamune, I have seen a little bit more commonly than Doc, but Doc will also make an appearance in that third man slot. But the only way we begin is by beginning. The players are loaded in the lobby now. We're getting ready to go. Game one of this matchup is live.
The ball going straight onto the Vibe Clan side is not something you want straight off of the kickoff, but there's not much you can do about it. Massa will send it over Chard, popping it over one, getting a second touch. Bob's just waiting for the right time to go for the ball, centers it. Is anyone there? Shrilled is, dunks it down, but it's just a bit too wide, and Artemis can't get the touch. But Kiptaro taking control of the ball, getting a flick, trying to get it around Chard, but Chard will not let that happen, and it gets sent right back to the Bleacher Boys corner as Artemis launches it over Shrilled, and Massa sends it right past Bobs, but it's right back to the midfield, back into the corner. It's in front of the net. Bobs has to hit it high. Massa getting the first touch with the 50, and Artemis takes the first goal. in just under a minute of the match.
Yeah, Shill Devotee really underestimating how quickly this ball dropped, going for the squishy save, which may have worked if it was a bit of a floater, but that ball was already on its way down by the time he was did the squishy. So gave an opportunity up there. So Artemis will cash that in. He is a good player, and he will get the first goal, and he will get the first save as well on the side of the Bleacher Boys, and the first save in the game as he sees that effort aside. Masamune now trying to get this center, fakes out his own player as he takes this to the side wall chart totem, and Bub's trying to fight him, but it will get a center a little bit too hot for Kiptero to handle, so he's got to bop this back to absolutely nobody, and the ball is going to go back the other way, but Masamune keeps the offense alive, and with a shot attempt now with a good bump by Artemis, I believe that was, gets the lead doubled. Oh, it was Kiptero with the bump. Good stuff from the captain.
Definitely. Kip Terrell knows when the ball is going towards the opposing net, you do what you can to make it go in, whether it requires forcing it in or trying to find a way around to put it in. Frill passing this to Chard. Chard tries to get the shot on net. Kip Terrell takes it to the corner. It's back out by Shrill, back over mid. Chard taking the shot on net, making it 1-2 at 3:23. And this is some early retaliation from the Vibe Clan side as Chard just lined himself up for that pass, getting him the first goal from the Vibe Clan side. And I mean, you just want to see that kind of intensity from both sides of the team. Not all the time, honestly. It depends if you're offensively or defensively. Chard getting the save from Artemis's bang, though. Artemis will retaliate and put it back. Chard centering it out mid, but no one's there to follow up. Shield getting the touch, sending it over to the corner. Artemis is already there getting the touch, leaving it for Kiptero, who grabs the boost and just pulls away, letting Artemis do his thing. Going up for a little air dribble now, tries to get it past, just unable to. Massa, the only one back, taking it up the wall with the boost grab. Trill will meet that, so will Chard, and Kiptero will get the flick over Chard.
Kiptero currently a little bit absent from the effort. Kiptero going for a shot, saved by Artemis, I believe, before he got demoed. So a little bit unfortunate team comp. But like I wanted to mention, Kiptero on 76 points. The rest of his team are above 200. So Kiptero currently being carried by his team. Not what you would expect from the team comp, but ultimately, though, Artemis and Masamune have been showing up, and that's been what's been keeping the Bleacher Boys in the lead. Kiptero's going to knock this to the side and get another touch past Char Totem, and a third, really getting this couple of touches, getting this under control, trying to get this out. Gets clear to the backside, but Masamune will carry that out. Artemis with the touch, get it up, and Trill Devotee there to prevent it, but nobody in net, and Kiptero with the clinical placement, back post, bottom corner. Not pretty, but how you get it done.
Definitely, and it's a beautiful shot to see, especially from Kip Terrell playing with what he had and the position he was in. Um, the Vibe Clan have just under a minute and 50 left to tie this game up, if not get the win. So they need two or more goals. As Bob gets the reset, puts it over Kip Terrell, but Massa there for the save, trying to hit it back to Artemis, but misses the touch. Kip Terrell now in net, clearing it out. Chard going for the shot, and it's in, slotting it to the left side where none of the Bleacher Boys could get. And I feel like I need to see this again because that slot was absolutely perfect. I mean, if you have all three defenders back at the net and you can't save the ball, clearly you're not in the right rotation, but it's fine. Chard will take this down to the corner, grab the boost, follow up the wall, try center it out mid. Bobs is there, gets the reset, but cannot do anything with it, leaving Chard to 50 it and send it to the other corner as it's just driven, rolled straight past Shrill. Bob's now up in the air, getting it past two, but Kiptero 50s, sending it back across mid.
Yeah, currently Kiptero with the most amount of saves in the league, currently saveless, and currently getting still at the bottom of the scoreboard. He has closed the gap significantly, but his teammates are still technically carrying him. A fact that I think will be used against him by some in the QRLS. But Kiptero still leading the effort, still keeping the offense. 30 seconds to go, 40 seconds to go, excuse me. Masamune centering attempt to Artemis. Artemis can't quite get it down. So the ball will go the other way now. Bubs with the touch. Gets to center. Shill Devotee. Can't get there, but bails for as Masamune gets the clear. Shill Devotee trying to get a follow-up touch. Blocked by Kiptero. Ball in the offensive zone now. Trying to get a game-winning goal. Trying to ice this game with a 2-goal lead, but 15 seconds to go. The time starts becoming a problem for the Vibe Clan. Char Totem lets the ball bounce. Kiptero's there. Kiptero with the clear, Shill Devotee with a touch. Trying to beat him, does so. Artemis with the clear, and that will do it maybe, but Bubs keeps it up in the air. Double commit now. Artemis gets this out, but cleared for Shill Devotee to get a touch. Can they get a follow-up touch? Yes, they can. Centering attempt now in the front of goal. Char Totem and Bubs both going for it, which costs the Vibe Clan. Game 1 goes to the Bleacher Boys.
Definitely, I was not expecting the double commit straight up onto the backboard from the Vibe Clan. I mean, if you're really needing a last goal to at least tie the game up, or at least get a winning shot, you have to play smart. If you don't play smart enough, then you won't get it where you need it to be. Um, However, the Bleacher Boys, their stats this game, every one of them with 1 goal. Artemis and Massa 1 assist. Artemis with 2 saves, Massa with 1, and 8 shots from the Bleacher Boys. On the Vibe Clan side, we only have 2 goals, 2 assists, 2 saves, and I believe 6 shots on the net. They were really pushed back onto the defensive side, whether it was just keeping it on their court, well, being pushed back onto their side of the court, or just trying to play net and clear it out as quickly as possible. They did put up a fair fight, but Bleacher Boys take the win with pride, knowing they are able to keep the lead, even if it's by a short time.
Yeah, and Artemis and Masamune have showed up big time. If Kiptero, the sleeping dragon at the moment, wakes, Vibe Clan are going to be in for a world of hurt. But Vibe Clan, not a stranger to these situations, has taken some games off of some legendary teams, including Clarity United twice and Kings, and actually beat the Bleacher Boys in their first matchup, I do believe. So they are no strangers to the Bleacher Boys. They are no strangers to being down, but we shall see Masamune getting the action started, trying to get this into the Vibe Clan zone, but I don't know. Bubs will take it off of him, 50-50 by Kiptero, but goes awry, and now kind of a little bit QRLS boom ball. Masamune will carry it to end it, but Shrill Devotee will stop that. Artemis centering attempt. Shill Devotee with the clear. Can he get a second touch? No. Artemis gets underneath, but Shill Devotee back. There's Bubs actually with the touch. Shill Devotee with the follow up. Bubs trying to get this past Masamune will do it, but Kiptero will see that back. But a little bit of that's his Kiptero playing a little bit reckless with it. Manages to get this clear, but a little bit errant with trying to get his car in front of it with the Batmobile. But Shrill Devotee will hit it just behind the defender there, Masamune, and get the action started. 1 goal for the Vibe Clan.
I mean, that is a smart play to do, especially if you want to, if you've lost the first game and you want to make a comeback the second game. Kickoff goes straight to Bubs. Bubs taking it to the air, dribbling it as he normally does, tries the reset, but Artemis denies it, not letting him get the reset or get it downfield. Kiptero now sending it to the corner, hoping for it to bounce round. It's over the net, blocked away by Bubs and the control from Bubs. It's left in the corner. Shrill will be the one to take control here, but Massa just denying it again. I mean, the Bleacher Boys really playing on the offensively here. Charge trying to take it up the center field, gets blocked away by Kiptero. It's a free ball. Massa sending it down just a bit too high to go into the net. Charge getting the pass to Bubs. It gets put behind Bubs by Artemis. Massa waiting mid, but Chard will take it away. and send it out to mid. Bob's there with the touch, but Kiptero's going to get this, play it slow and steady, and will try to do something with it, but he can't, leaving it for Massa. Massa taking control, getting it past Shrill Devotee, and it will just be a ping pong match between both teams. Kiptero with the pinch, though, trying to get it into the net, but it won't happen, and Artemis gets the touch to keep it down on the Vibe Clan side.
Kiptero with a shot now, saved away by Char Totem, but he will cost him his life. Masamune getting the ball back in. Can the Bleacher Boys capitalize? Cannot with the 3-on-2 advantage. So Artemis will take this back to the back wall, but gets beat to it and pinch. But the pinch goes high and wide, and now Masamune is on it on the back wall, up the side wall. Char Totem 50s Masamune, and the ball's going to go the other way. Field swapped. Artemis going for the shot. A little bit of a fake. We'll call it a fake because Kiptero with the follow-up will get the goal. 1-1. Kiptero getting a goal a game at this rate. We are still yet to see him. Oh, we had to see him get a save. I missed that. I think that was just when he got his car in front of it. But the Vibe Clan are now equal with the Bleacher Boys.
Definitely. And I believe the save we've seen from Kiptero is when he drove it in front of the net. I guess he somehow managed to flip into it and get the save before anyone else, not wanting to give up any early goal for the Vibe Clan. As Shrill will try to take this downfield, blocked away by Kiptero. Chard getting the save and clearing it out straight down to Artemis. Bob's getting the pinch, centering it. No one's there. Kiptero taking the ball, taking it sky high, over one, over two, over three, and he will dunk it in, trying to get the musty, making it 2-1 at 141. I mean, this is what I mean with Kiptero. You cannot give him space in the air. He is a menace. He will destroy your team by popping it over everyone. Going on to this kickoff now, it goes up and onto the Vipan side. Kiptero there, popping it straight, trying to slot it into the net, but cannot get it. Massa sending it back. Artemis trying to set himself up for the shot. Bob's getting the touch to clear it out. Straight to the corner and down. Massa getting the flick to roll it out, but Shrilled at Devotee there to try put a corner out. Chard now going to put it ceiling down. It's over the net, but Kiptero denies it again, making another play. It's out in front of the net. Can he get another goal? And he can, getting the flick, slamming it into the net.
Kiptero on 560 points with the hat trick. Has scored every goal of this game for the Bleacher Boys. One save and an impressive score line considering the next highest Shrill Devotee on the Vibe Clan only has 300. He's going to get 4. Just kidding. He's going to hit the post. He's going to leave this for a teammate potentially with Char Totem. We'll see that aside. Kiptero wants to get assists, wants to get off the zeros in every column there, but unfortunately can't quite set up the play. A little bit of an errant clear. Bubs with a chance, but can't quite do it. A little bit of awkward positioning by him. I don't think he was expecting that opportunity. So now the ball goes the other way. Kiptero now get this 4th goal, and Bubs is powerless to stop it.
Yeah, I mean, compared to the first round till now, Kiptero has definitely awoken the beast inside him, and he will pop off this match with all 4 goals for the Bleacher Boys, carrying his team to victory. And Artemis ripping a shot on net just a bit too wide. Massa popping it up. Chard will get that, but Artemis will see it out and deny it. The ball just floating around the Bleacher Boys corner. Massa will get the clear out, but Chard will deny it, sending it back. Kiptero gets the pop. Can Shrill get up to this? He can. Kiptero ripping another shot on net, hoping for 5, but he doesn't get it. Last 5 seconds, and this win will go to the Bleacher Boys again, but not before Chard gets one final goal for the Vibe Clan.
Hold on. They have a chance to score another one here. He can make it 4-3 with 1 second still on the clock, or Kiptero can get his 5th goal. We shall see. The most important kickoff of this series, and it's a pop-up. Kiptero with a chance to get his 5th, and he skies it, and the ball won't hit the ground. Bubs will take it. I'm going to pop this over. Masamune with a shot now. but the game will finally end. Bleacher Boys will win the series, and the sweep is potentially on.
Definitely. And I mean, Kiptero's stats from this game to the last: 4 goals, 1 save, 9 shots on the net, giving him a total of 742 score. I mean, 11 shots for the Bleacher Boys, only 4 of them going in. The Vibe clan having 5 saves from Chard and Shrilled. Bob's, I don't know how many saves he had. I believe it was like 3 or 4. But I mean, Kiptero is definitely ready and raring to go into this third match. Yeah, I mean, the sweep is possible. We just need Kiptero and his team to lock in, and I mean, possibly we might see the Bleacher Boys. Oh, never mind. The server went down for maintenance.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're gonna have to refresh this server. Bubs did not actually record a save. It was all Char Totem and Shield Devotee, so 5 saves total. Kiptero hunting for his fifth goal, could not quite do it. Will actually take him under 50% in terms of shot percentage. Although I think shot percentage is an overinflated stat anyway. Um, One save as well. Quintero not really needing to do a whole lot defensively in this match thus far. Right, he is more well known for his defensive capabilities than his offensive. So it will see if the Vibe Clan do need to test him a little bit. Maybe that is the avenue of attack, which feels really weird to say. But right now, Kiptero not really being that much of a presence on defense.
Definitely. And as we get the server back up, heading into the third and final round, Bleacher Boys so far up to the only way this can get better is if they get the full sweep. But I don't think the Vibe clan will allow that. Shrill going for the air dribble, going for the double, doesn't get it. Is Kiptero trying to block it away, gets a save this time, grabs the burst, and oh, never mind, misses the burst, leaving Artemis going up for the ball with Shrilled. It's going down to the net, and Shrilled own goals it, sending it to the top left corner. I mean, an own goal this early into the game, you don't want to see it from your team, but it's just an unlucky position to be in.
Yeah, I think Chartotum was trying to take that wide. Good idea
Yeah.
on in theory, but kind of where he was positioned was difficult. But I think Quintero has a line into the casters here because, you know, game one, I say he's getting carried and then he proceeds to put up 700 points. Game two, I say he hasn't been tested defensively, and now he's proceeded to get a save within the first 30 seconds. You know, Quintero always knowing what his doubters will say and ready to prove them wrong. Kiptaro centering this now. Gets cleared by Char Totem. Bubs there as well with a second touch. Kiptaro will get to it before Bubs can get a follow-up. But Shrill Devotee will send that all the way back and leave Kiptaro to collect it on the back wall.
Definitely. I mean, Kip Terrell is trying to show off his skills right now, but the Vibe clan just won't let him. Massa getting the 50 here and barely winning it, leaving Artemis for a touch, but it's a missed touch, just letting it roll to the ceiling. Kip Terrell with the lovely catch, flicks it over one, but Shrill just retaliates back, sending it back to the corner. But Artemis will play the 50 here to stop it going in the net. It's still on the Bleacher Boys corner, but Kip Terrell will deny it being there, getting the an odd pop from his wheels as Shrilled gets the goal, tying it 1-1 at 3 minutes and 25 seconds. I mean, I have to say that pop I seen from Kiptero sending it out mid, that was an odd pop to say the least. I don't know what happened there, but it looked cool from my POV to say the least.
I think there's just a little bit of an errant touch there. Batmobile does have some weird physics, but ultimately, Kiptero does prefer it. Guard Totem up the side wall now, trying to get another goal, try to take the lead back. Kiptero meets him in the air, can't fake him. So the ball will have to go to Bubs. Good touch away by Masamune, but the ball's going to be kept in. Artemis able to finally get this cleared. Shul Devotee with a follow up, a little touch, goes all the way down to Bubs, who's right in front of his net with that clear. A little bit of back and forth action now. Vibe Clan still on the attack. Masamune trying to change that, but a couple of Vibe Clan have other ideas. Centering attempt, leaves it for Kiptero, who booms it to Shrill Devotee, who gets it to Artemis, who's going to get a touch and not a follow up. Yes, he will get the follow up, but the ball gets saved away.
I mean, both teams really playing the same amount of intensity here. Kiptero, given space, something you don't want him to have, air dribbles it, tries to get the reset and fake it out, but he just can't get it in time. Massa centering now in front of the net, but it's get blocked away. Artemis trying to get the shot, but he flies past it. Must have been the win because he dove right past that ball. Chard now pushing it all the way back. Bob's trying to center it into the net. It will not happen. Massa sending it over Shrill, going up the backboard if only Bubs didn't get it. But Kiptero is there, centering now. Artemis is there, dunking it in, giving the Bleacher Boys a 2-1 lead. One goal ahead, 144 left on the clock. An amazing pass and a lovely shot from Artemis. Something you love to see from the Bleacher Boy side.
Yeah, I am quite a fan in my low rank of these bounce shots. It's probably the easiest way of ensuring that the ball doesn't get too high. You just jam on top of it, and it's kind of hard to force with enough power, especially when you're that close. So all you have to do is get it on target, hit it into the ground. That's okay. We're not at the last second. You know, so those fancy making sure you have that fancy targeting is for the second, but Bubs knows how to do it. Just leave a little bouncer right in front of the net. Just get the goal, get the equalizer, capitalizing on a mistake there. Masamune could not get back in time to recover. And now, after a very good play and a very good passing play to get the Bleacher Boys the lead, we are back level.
Definitely. And just under a minute, well, just about a minute and 10 left on the clock. The Bleacher Boys need one more and have to hold that one more if they want the full sweep. Chard going up for the air dribble, gets a couple touches, but it's blocked away by Kiptero. They really don't want the Vibe Clan to ruin the full sweep. Massa getting the touch. Bob's trying to go for the demo, but doesn't get it. Chard sending this back to Kiptero. It's left over in front of net. All three, well, two of the Bleacher Boys trying to get it away as quickly as possible. Bobs gets the catch, takes it up wall, brings it back down, and it's sent straight out across the mid. Massa getting a touch here. Trilled challenging with Kiptero, and Artemis will clear it down to save them from getting scored on again. 30 seconds, just under 30 seconds left in the match, and it comes down to what team can play better than the other on the defense or the offense. Artemis carrying it all the way down, Trilled blocking it away. Kiptero trying to get a touch, but it's blocked away again. Massa with the lucky save sending it off to the corner, has to get another one. He does, and it's sent to the other corner where the other two Vibe Clan players are sitting. No time left, and we go into game 3 overtime. The tiebreaker between a full sweep and a 2-1 win.
Yeah, game 3 overtime. This is going to guarantee a point at least for both teams, and this will mean that the Vibe Clan will come away without complete zero, and the Bleacher Boys will get at least 5 points, but they're looking for the full 6. They're looking for the full sweep. Kiptero up the sidewall, Shul Devotee with a touch, but that's going to leave it for Artemis and Char Totem, who both go errant. Bubs and Masamune are back. Masamune does fake, leaves it for Kiptero, who's going to get up. Shul Devotee with a good touch to get this out sideways. You know, trying to recover from his mistake earlier in the game, but Kiptero trying for an air dribble gets bumped away. Bubs countering the air dribble by clearing Kiptero out, but it's not enough as Kiptero comes back with a vengeance to win the game and win the series with a clean sweep.
That is, you love to see a clean full sweep every so often. It's always nice to have it instead of having like majority of the teams go 2-1 or have their overtimes. Seeing a full sweep is such perfect. Uh, what is the word? Can't think of it. Seeing a full sweep though is just perfect to see. You love seeing it every so often. And I have to wonder if we have time for an interview or not. Um,
I would
all right.
assume so. We do have a little bit of time before this next game. We'll see who we can get, but talking a little bit about the standings right now. Bleacher Boys with 6 points will not be able to meaningfully change their position. They are still sixth in the conference, but are now tied points wise with the Hammerheads. Hammerheads do have one more win than them and only 1 point away from the Speed Demons, which means they are only 2 points clear of the playoffs, which is not something that either the Speed Demons or Hammerheads would want.
Definitely. And as we get the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, Kip Terrell in here. Kip Terrell, how you feeling after that full sweep?
It's great. Get us back on track, get some contention back in the playoffs. We definitely know we need to be getting some fight in us. So huge sweep for the points. Definitely great.
Definitely. And I will ask, during that third game, you weren't, compared to the second and third game that just happened, you weren't exactly playing as good as you were. Is there any reason behind that?
Uh, Sometimes I just suck. I don't know, man. Probably could have played better, but my team has played well, and we got a bit of a good game plan. Changed our play style a bit to try and get there, and worked out for us this week.
Definitely. And one more question before I hand you over to Drac. How were the nerves feeling in that game? Were they ever spiking even just a little bit, or were they at an all-time low?
Um, I guess going into the series, we definitely knew like just kind of get points now or say goodbye if we don't do a good result. So definitely a little bit of pressure there. I guess once game three came around, we knew we did at least a half decent job throughout the series. So definitely trying to keep that sweep up. Definitely always nerves. They're not definitely not a bad team by any means. Bubs and Totem. I think Totem just got like a 0 second goal in me in game two, just dunking my nuts off. But it's how it is. Played well. They beat us the
Fair,
first time we matched up against them, so good to get the revenge.
fair enough. Fair enough. And my English isn't working. I'll hand you over to Drac now. Drac, I take it you have a couple questions for our guest here.
Yes, I do. Kip, I do want to mention you did kind of steal my thunder there a little bit. I was going to mention your week five matchup where the Vibe Clan had your number, but the Vibe Clan also have been notorious for just being impossible to sweep. They've always just stolen games off of some very good teams. What was the difference here going into game three? What was the piece that you felt that allowed you to actually close out the sweep?
Uh, I think we did a good job of like playing a bit more connected as a team, just being there or being able to capitalize on our opportunities we got. So definitely one of that thing was a goal we were going into the series is we knew we had opportunities that we didn't always capitalize on. Is one thing is we've haven't always had the most offensive pressure. We're a lot of like saved heavy team. So definitely being able to kind of get that going, offensive flow.
Yeah, I want to note saves as well because you have a save average of 2.6 per game. And through the course of the series, you've only needed to make two saves and you guys still get the sweep. Is this something where, your teammates start stepping up a little bit, kind of taking care of the ball before it became a problem? Or did you feel like this was more so just the defense wasn't needed and you just had to pile on the goals?
I mean, it's always great. I love playing with Artemis and Moss Moon and Doc. Always great teammates to have around. They definitely do help a lot, and they do contribute a lot. I think game 2, we were talking about it, middle of game, Artemis was kind of maybe intentionally, maybe not intentionally faking a lot of balls, which, allowed me to kinda play cleanup and capitalize the other team being thrown off a bit from them. But, and part of being defense, you're not always getting the saves, but getting clears out, and sometimes a good, I guess, pressure on offense is better than staying back on defense, you know?
One final question I have for you. Game 2, how bad did you want that 5th goal?
Uh, was that the one where I just bricked it open net? I think that might have been it. I think there was one kickoff where I just completely shaked it open net, but I mean, we had gotten the win pretty much at that point, so that's the main thing, Individual accolades are good, but I wanna win as a team more than I want any of that, so
And when you have this is going to put you at 26 points. You are now in spitting distance of the Hammerheads and Speed Demons, and that is all you need to pass in order to get into the playoffs. That good win. Thank you for having time for speaking with us, Skip Taro. Big man, do you have any final questions?
Not at all. Not at all, my friend.
it was great to be here. Shout out Norm for, streaming it. I know he's on Hammerheads, loving that result that we were on him. Alright. But appreciate the interview, guys. Thanks for casting. Good talk.
Thank you,
Righty, and we
Captain.
do have another matchup later today, and that is going to be Spectre Speed Demons. Spectres are going to need a good result in order to maintain their fight for the number 1 seed, and I said Speed Demons, excuse me, it's Spectre Sappers. Sappers are currently sitting at the bottom of the Epic division, but if they're able to string together a result here, they do have a chance to leapfrog the Elite Inc. and sneak into the playoff pictures with a full sweep. So we will see how that result unfolds. But that is actually going to do it for me. Big Man will carry on that game, and meeting Big Man will be Big Rich. So, oh, never mind. It's going to be Norm.
We love Norm around here. Um,
Okay, and we have just heard that we're gonna take a little bit of a break here while we get the transition and while we get these teams in, get a little bit closer. So we will kind of transition into our be right back screen. Thank you all for watching. Big man, any final thoughts to close out this part of the stream?
um, Definitely. I know it is a bit early to do this.
It's
Everyone in the
never too
stream,
early. Never too early. Plug it.
I
Plug
guess
everything.
let me plug it. Everyone in the stream, if you haven't and you do want to become a member of the QRLS, join the Discord, whether it's to be a streamer, a caster, a player, or just an all-time fan, hang out and have fun. We do have socials. I can't remember them for the life of me, apart from Instagram and Facebook, if I'm not wrong. Moving on, we do have merch over at the QRLS. So if you want to support your favorite team or, check it out and see if there's anything you like and, just have a little bit of fun. Check it out, buy something for yourself, that and that. We have jerseys, outwear, hoodies, headwear, mouse pads, pants, polos, and t-shirts, all at the QRLS merch store. I would definitely recommend taking a look. I have taken a look myself, and everything in there looks fantastic. With that being said, Drac, would you like to end us out for this segment? And
Thank you all for watching this matchup. Stay tuned for the second match. But until then, keep it quick.